go. It is time for the Swordfish to bite back, and it is up to Team HAQ to see if they can deal with this as we enter the land of dawn.
Game changers here. It's all about game changers. TODAK on the blue side, Team HAQ on the red. Now, I'm looking for a way for Team HAQ to get out of this because it feels really, really difficult against TODAK. Mid lane is even hard to contest.
Yep, but they're actually doing a lot of damage to Yoomski. Disrespecting Cho and Lilia. Level 1 has so much damage.
Man, why can't Team HAQ give me a little bit more time so I can explain this matchup? The mid lane at level 1 was going to be their most important timing. Top side is going to lose. Little Wanderer should fall into the hands of Team HAQ now.
Min doing such a great job right now, denying away Formaze and Chiku guys' pressure. They take the Litho for free, and Rival, he decided to go for the buff instead of that river fight.
Okay, I think that's totally fine. I think even Rival understands that there's no real point to go into the river fight at that stage of the game, considering that even if Formace shows up, Lola is going to even out the numbers advantage. At the end of the day, numbers still matter here. But if you look down on bot side, I'm rather surprised that Panda has already taken a pretty terrible trade against Momo.
Oh, Min, he could have jumped into a bad spot here, but he still gets the two-man Jeet Kune Do. Actually gonna force Chiku to be the one to flicker out. No Minwu and Fury yet, he's only level 3.
I like how Gary is playing this, right? He's rotating purposefully through mid to ensure that TODAK actually has to break away from the stalemate that they're trying to create.
Yeah, and as of now, you can see that Team HAQ, they have to go in for a little bit of aggressive play, knowing that as if TODAK decides the tempo, things are going to be taken out of equation. But it seems like Rival is going to miss a couple of daggers in, but objective seems to be the way to go from the side of TODAK. I guess TODAK, they want to play around their win conditions, and I feel like that's going to be the promise us out rather than Team HAQ's position.
Oh, actually, Rival does secure the turtle, but Chiku guys gonna get them into one Fury. They're gonna knock them up, and the Cult Altar coming in. Rival secures the kill onto Min, follows it up with the double onto Gary, and this is the opening TODAK is looking for.
That's really nice displacement coming in. Chiku able to get maximum value out of there. Mon's still alive, so we will be able to defend the mid lane. However, TODAK should technically take the initiative to dive Panda here on the bottom side of the map. If not, catch out some potential reinforcements, because I feel like even Team HAQ, you can tell with the movement of Min, is suspecting something is going to happen.
They're absolutely suspecting that. They're gonna put a bit more pressure onto the gold lane, but TODAK, it doesn't seem like they're biting the bait right now. They're recognizing that Team HAQ might prioritize their gold lane, and they're just gonna take it slow, play it safe, continue snowballing, because they've already given Rival the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Momo is already winning out his lane against Panda somehow, and topside is just a losing matchup straight up.
Now, based on what I'm seeing so far coming from HAQ as well as TODAK, it seems like TODAK, they can play a lot in terms of team fight potential, but Team HAQ, they're just completely dodging. But based on the emblems I'm seeing right now, it feels like the magic shop is going to be a very, very popular in this particular game, just because of the fact that, is it they want those items up? Does it really, really bring that much of a factor compared to the jungle emblems coming from Gary?
Well, hold that thought. Min, he was looking for the engage, but wasn't able to get the angle for the way of the dragon, as Forme is going to be disrupted from his Abyss of Strike, pushed back under the tower with a heavy spin, but he's still alive. Not for long, though. Lola gets his much-wanted revenge against the Dirop in the EXP lane.
Really good preemptive defense coming out from Team HAQ to protect the bottom side of the map, to make sure that TODAK can't actually get a response down on bottom side. So now with this play, opening up some opportunities for Lola to actually stabilize instead of continuously losing out this game against Formaze. He should be able to hold on his own. For this upcoming turtle, I'm not sure.
Chiku, he's almost full on rage. He has Minwu and Fury. He's gonna look for it, but Min gonna actually disrupt them. Team HAQ recognizes the threat. They're not gonna group together too hard. Chiku gonna catch two, and Min going to be sacrificed by the three-man falling Star Moon. Disrupted by Cult Altar. Team HAQ, though, still buying a lot of time. Formace jumping on top of Lola, not able to finish him off, and he himself is falling real low. Chiku even forced the flicker over the wall to escape the damage from Team HAQ, but heavy spin has been used, so Rival should secure this turtle.
The problem with this Minotaur is you never know when exactly he's going to use it. And he is playing this mind game with Chiku. Does he want to kick Chiku away? Which I absolutely think he should have in that particular point of time. But Team HAQ also recognize that if they don't have the Minoan Fury, they could look to engage.
In the bottom lane, Yumski trying to look for the gank, but Panda gonna wisely stay in the bush, and Min's presence will deter them from it, but they do give a lot of gold over to Mobo as he takes the full tower, and TODAK gonna prioritize shoving out the side lanes.
I'm gonna see them do more here. I feel like TODAK is taking their time, slow and steady wins the race. They've already got 2 side lanes here, and honestly, they can keep on winning these team fights and press their lead into the enemy jungle, but there's nothing to fight for just yet.
Now, seeing how this is actually going as well, Yumski, he's just playing very, very safely on how things is actually escalating. But I'm really surprised by how Team HAQ is just respecting this. But as of yet, it seems like the moment they actually, I jinx it, Yumski is going to get kicked off.
Yeah, but they will actually successfully defend from it as Rival now looking for a pickoff on himself. He's going to go for Mon, forces out the black shoes. Formate jumping in the backline, takes out Gary, but he will die in exchange. Minwin Fury gonna catch out 2. Panda has to dash away to safety. Rival not quite able to finish Mon off, but he's done his job. They're chasing Team HAQ and forcing 3 members to recall.
Whoa. Wow. Okay, so they trade 1 for 1, but TODAK is going to get much more value off of that pick. They get a tier 2 in the process. They can rotate fast and push really, really fast. But keep in mind, I think TODAK have set some protocols. They are making sure that specifically when you're talking about this Lilia, she either has no charges or she's out of the fight so they can't stall when the call altar gets popped.
Yeah, this is actually helping them a little more. I brought up the point about the emblems coming from Rival as well as Gary, right? Gary is going for a jungle emblem, prioritizing on securing objectives, but pay attention to gold ranking right now for Rival. He's slightly ahead. He's taking advantage that he does have a little bit more damage when it comes to fighting, and it's actually paying off. But now Team HAQ, they're setting up for this next fight against TODAK.
Yep, Min, he gets the kick onto Yumski, but he has been left in the lurch. Minwin Fury on 1 person. You can feel the rage coming out of Jiku, guys. That's gonna disable Team HAQ without their rover. Lola gets a 2-man falling star moon though, and they want to start this. Gary gets the heavy spin, tries to push Jiku guys back, but he flickers out of the way. Cult altar just to be safe, and Rival will secure the turtle while all of this is not happening. Gushin now looking for a pickoff by himself. He will aim for Panda, but Panda dashes away right into Formaze, but he gets disrupted, and Formaze gonna flicker for the kill. Abysm strikes a double. He's gonna get kicked back, but Formaze already did his job.
Well played to Formaze. There goes into the bush. Abysm strikes. They don't realize it. Gary thinks of it a little too late, gets nicked by it, and gets finished off by Formaze for a double kill, going over to TODAK. With that, that means that TODAK is going to secure the lead, break the last outer turrets here, and really put Team HAQ in the dark.
Ooh, the Minwin Fury once again onto the twins, and they are both gone. The 5G connection has been disconnected by TODAK.
So brutal. Such a brutal show of form from TODAK.
Yeah, but as of yet, it's just insane to see how TODAK has kind of dynamically shifted their playstyle from Game 1 to Game 2, identifying what they need to disrupt Team HAQ's momentum. But I want to talk about how things kind of escalated, right? It seems like Team HAQ, they're very distracted with the cult altar rather than focusing on Formaze. Formaze, time and time again, was able to take advantage and cut the back lines and completely flank them off guard. So my question is Team HAQ focusing a little bit too much on the cult altar, or should they focus on somebody else?
I think they should continue to focus on the cult altar, right? The fact that Formaze got away with that was already a bit disappointing because Team HAQ have all the defensive tools to actually stop Formaze from playing like that and getting away with things like that. But TODAK, on the other hand, that cult altar is flexible. So even if Formaze is alive and goes for the flank, Yumski could try to make a play of his own to save him with the cult altar and turn the fight around to a complete 5v5, which Team HAQ is currently struggling at.
Yeah, it does sound like right now what TODAK is coming out on top with in terms of this battle is options. They have just so many more tools that they can use to initiate fights, to disengage, to counter-initiate based on the situation. And Team HAQ doesn't quite have enough resources to respawn. They're still going to be able to take this top tier 1, but is it worth it trading for the Lord?
I think they have to play for the later stages of the game, right? They just kind of don't have a choice. 5k lead for the side of TODAK and no real way to actually beat out the initial burst from TODAK as well. I think Team HAQ, they have to play for the ultra late game here. They're looking for the 15-minute mark.
Now, when it comes to their playstyle, it seems like TODAK, they're once again going for the psychological warfare. Team HAQ, they're just so afraid of what this Zero brings to the table, and I'm a little bit afraid of if things get a little bit escalated, they are going to back out, but with the Minotaur in the front lines, you can see the hesitancy from Team HAQ to actually force the fight.
Lola, he actually still jumps in on this, but careful, Chiku, guys, he's got full rage. So far, it doesn't look like TODAK wants to expend for it. They already got that tower for free, but this is where they could be dangerous. Chiku, he has his flicker, he has his ultimate. He doesn't even have to use it for TODAK to secure that tier 2, and all of this is achieved before the Lord even collides with the inhibitor turret, which it is getting very close to right now. Team HAQ, they need to avoid grouping up a bit too much, but how can they do so when they're defending their base? Chiku, he's still waiting. He might go for it. Lola, he jumped too far. Minnow and Fury has been popped. Disrupt the heavy spin. Momo jumps in, gets the steamroll. 4 days with the Abyssal Strike into the backline. Flicker to take out Panda, and now the Min is gonna be taken out as well. Unstoppable streak from Rival. The crystal is exposed, and somehow we are going into a game pause.
You can't be serious. They're literally just about to win there. Even the rest of the members, they're looking over and it's like, did Yumski disconnect from the game just before they won?
No way. Dude, this is gonna hurt even more.
Come on, it's 13-4. There's no way Team HAQ is coming back from that one. They're already right at the crystal. Move on from it.
Dude, I don't know if that's disrespect or what, but if I were in Team HAQ's position, I would be like so tilted because is this like a trash talk pause or what?
No,
but
it's
obviously it's gonna be communication. But if I was from their perspective and this actually happened to me, I would be so triggered.
It has to be a major issue here, right? It's not like he can't listen to comms. It feels like something actually happened to his phone, which stops him, and you're forced to actually stop the game from continuing on here. I don't think there's gonna be a remake. It's very clear that TODAK has won that game. Like, they are right at the crystal.
Okay.
There's no way Team HAQ can defend this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Anything can happen until the crystal actually breaks down. But if it's like this, it seems like obviously TODAK does have the upper hand. They've gotten the full team white. But what's really surprising is that TODAK, after the short break, and I did bring this out on the desk as well, all you need is just a little bit of a right shift in mind, you know, things will actually bounce back. And TODAK, they're just giving it a performance of why they deserve to be called the 3-time instead of the 2-time.
Right now, though, it's gotta feel quite bad for Team HAQ, right? They already know they're on the cusp of defeat. Yes, they already had a 2-game win streak before this, but their solutions to TODAK's plans have not panned out. The Minotaur as well as the Fairmist proving to be too much of an issue for them to have to deal with. And now that this game is basically over, in a way, you could also say that this pause provides them an opportunity to think about what comes next.
Well, there are game rules. There are rules to be held here at an esports event, especially in this competition. If a team is on a technical pause, the opposing team is not allowed to talk.
Well, I think the fans are absolutely excited to see more because Yumsa's headset is pretty much on. It seems like he is going to be able to continue with their game, but looks like we are going to be jumping straight into the game to find out here as well because the crowd are going absolutely crazy for TODAK. They want to see TODAK close out this game. Is it going to happen? And well, that's going to be the case.
What happens as TODAK? I mean, anyone could have predicted that this is what would happen once we came back from the pause. TODAK will secure victory and secure their first win of the Grand Finals.
All right, there we have it. 2-1 is the upcoming score here. A bit anticlimactic, but TODAK, again, great draft coming up from that side now that they've switched over to